Well, good morning there, ladies and germs. Here we are on day 3 of this project. So I got my fancy NRG quick release hub. This is version 2. It's got the small paddles for easier access to grab the release. I did take out the safety plunger, which would be right here. It's just held in with a small Allen screw right here. It looks to be an extremely straightforward installation. It might even be easier than putting the actual hub on itself, this guy. So like we're literally just gonna pop the base out of there. So here's our base, and this is capable of running the horn. So literally all we're gonna do is we're gonna hook our horn wires up. Black to black, yellow to yellow. We're gonna tuck the wires down in there, screw this guy on, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So that goes like that. This guy's gonna go right here, like that. Just gonna carefully tuck those wires into the hub, and then we want the NRG logo to be facing up like that. Okay, I gotta go grab the screws because like a ding dong I left the screws behind. So I would normally advise putting Loctite on these screws, little blue Loctite 242, but I'm going to be going in here a 4th time, which will be another video. So I am not going to put Loctite on these right now because I'm going to be going right back in there next week. Believe it or not, having a quick release on your car or truck can be another form of security. If you use a power tools, be very careful. I've already taken out the hex on one of these screws. Yeah, these are soft. So I'll just check them with the old nut driver handle here. Yeah, that's plenty tight. My biggest concern with going to the quick release is I don't want to have to really reach for the turn signal switch. But on the same note, where it was too far away. When I was running the wheel without the quick release, I felt like I was really having to reach for the wheel. I'm not super tall. Okay, so to set this up correctly, I need to switch this male spade to a female spade so that I can hook it up to this ground ring right here. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll put the wheel on. Yeah, it's going to be quite a reach to the turn signal stock. Not too excited about that, but we'll make do. Alrighty there, boys and girls. Here we are on what seems like day number 7 of this never-ending project. So I got to where I was hooking the wires up and getting ready to put the wheel on, and I went to get the Momo horn button ring, and this ring will not fit the NRG quick release adapter because of the way that it is stamped. This diameter of this stamped part right here is too big to fit inside of the bore. That left me scrambling for ways to figure out how to get the horn button into the wheel and be contained and not fall inside the quick release. So what I did was I put the ring inside that comes with the NRG quick release. It's like a spacer. I shoved that in here, And then I went online to see if I could find a stamped horn receiver, if you will, that would work with this and this particular horn button. And I found one. But the problem is it was going to be like 5 days away. So that's when I got to thinking, why can't I just cut the tube part of this adapter, which is now this piece right here, slid over the horn, so that now the horn button winds up in the exact same spot. I'm trying not to make it honk so my neighbors don't have to listen to it. It does go in there, I promise, just like that. And so now the wheel can go back on there. This piece still works, but yet when you hit the horn, the button doesn't fall inside. So that's what I ended up doing. That's what it looks like. The ground is hooked up. Power to the horn is hooked up. It goes meep. And it can't fall inside the steering wheel or the adapter. Trying to get it lined up here. Let me make one last time to make sure that the wires aren't getting pinched in there. Sorry, I'm just throwing you guys all over the place here, trying to make sure the horn button is reasonably level because I want to make sure it's seated all the way. I think that's flat, and it doesn't need to be ground on anymore. Don't quote me on this, but I think this particular horn button is intended to have the possibility of being flush mounted in this style of wheel. It is capable of that, so that would be flush. Obviously you would need the appropriate spacers or whatever to make it all work. But I'm going to be seating it all the way and then putting this trim ring on there. So it's got to jump past. Then this guy goes on. It all just kind of flops around until you get a screw started. And yes, the sun is going down and I don't have any extra light in here, so bear with me. I know it's a little dark. This is one of the screws that I stripped out this morning. So what did I do? I pounded an American Allen socket in it. It ain't stripping out no more. But that being said, you can get these screws on Amazon. It's a common screw. 5mm by 0.8 by 15mm. So in case I didn't mention it earlier, one of the reasons I bought the quick release was because I wanted the wheel closer to me, but also because with just the hub adapter and the wheel direct mounted, it was blocking way more of the instrument cluster than I was comfortable with. It was really annoying. Like, can't see the speedometer where you need to see the speedometer, can't see the coolant temp gauge, can't see battery volts. So I had to fix all that. No matter whatever cost it was, it needed to be fixed. So believe it or not, bringing the wheel closer to you expands the field of view through the wheel, and it did make a big difference. So seated fully in the seat, I can now see everything. Now, to make this project even longer than it already is, I went on eBay and found a somewhat rare Ford Ranger OEM tilt column for this year truck. And I'm going to strip that down naked to the bare essentials because I don't need a shifter tube in it. And I'm going to put that in there. And I think I will have the ultimate combination of perfection if you will. I would also normally recommend Loctiting these particular screws into the quick release, but since I'm going to be monkeying around with doing that tilt column next week, whoops, I'm just going to leave these junky screws in here and I'll swap them out then. So there's your steering wheel, quick release. That's it. Always give her a good tug. There's been a couple of very high profile accidents at race car events because the wheel came off in the driver's hands. So always give it a pull test. Let's give her a meep. Our meeper still works. So that's about all I got for this particular video. I will probably do a video on the tilt column. So if anybody's interested in that, stay tuned for that. I should have that coming here in a week or two. Hope you all enjoyed this one. And any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comments below. Yes, we already went over the topic of airbags, so there's a reason for it in this particular truck. It's up to you to make that decision if you're willing to go down that road or not. Anyways, it's long enough. We'll see you on the next one.